For a minute, I want you to close your eyes and think of something you want to accomplish in the future. Think of a dream that you have that you want to accomplish. If you've got that dream, stand up, please. If you've got that dream, stand up. If there's something you want to accomplish in the future, please stand up. So, a hint, everyone should be standing right now. So thinking about that dream and chasing that dream, I want you to remain standing. If you've ever taken that dream or another dream and put it on a piece of paper. So stay standing if you've ever taken a dream and put it on a piece of paper. So what I'm talking about here is some form of goal writing. If you've ever done some form of goal writing, stay standing. Most of the people are still standing, and this is awesome. Now, most of the goal writing people do in America happens on a certain day. It's the beginning of the year. It's called New Year's Day and New Year's resolutions, aren't they? So let's say if you look at your goals more than just once a year, stay standing. But if you only do this once a year, you may sit down. And that's okay if you sit down. That's why we're here. So the people that are still standing have done some form of goal writing. And the people that are still standing are telling me that goals are important and they review them more than once per year. This is very good. This is very good. Now stay standing if you review those goals at least once per month. If you do not review your goals at least once per month, that is totally fine. That is why we're here. So the people that are still standing, well, everyone in this room has said that they have a dream that they want to chase. And everyone here, or a bunch of people here, have done some form of goal writing, which is super cool. Many of you look at it more than once a year. The ones still standing have done all those things, and they review their goals at least once per month. And this is incredible. This is incredible. Now, stay standing. Don't sit down. Stay standing. If you can physically show me your goals. Stay standing. If you can physically show me your goals right now, please stay standing. Very cool. Will you give them a nice round of applause? In 1999, I went to a goal-setting seminar. I paid $499, and myself and 300 of my closest friends went to this seminar. And we got this huge 3-ring binder. Have you ever seen those 3-ring binders? It has the action steps and SMART goals and specific goals and CD-ROMs and DVDs and all this stuff. And I took this huge binder, which was awesome, and I took it home to my office. And in 1999, you know what I did with this binder in my office? Same thing you guys do with binders you get at seminars. What do you do with them? You put them on the shelf, don't you? And they get covered up by this thing we call life. But during that seminar, one of the instructors had us pull out a piece of paper. And he said, I want you to take 5 minutes and you're going to write down at least 10 goals. Now I had done some goal writing in my life, but never really like this. So we took 5 minutes and we wrote down 10 goals. I wrote down 10 goals. On my first goal list was one day to get paid $100 to give a speech. That was in 1999. And that was one of the goals that I wanted in 1999. For some reason that night when I took that binder home and I set that binder on the shelf, I typed those 10 goals into my computer, into a Word document. And they never said anything about this in the course, but for some reason I cut them out and I stuck them in my pocket. Kind of cool, just seemed like the right thing to do. Put them in my pocket. The very next day, my boss called me. And my boss and I, since we got out of college, had a real estate partnership together. And it was a great partnership. And we would buy houses, and we would sell houses, and we'd buy apartment buildings and fix them up and rent them out to people, and we'd help people buy and sell houses. It was a pretty good, cool deal. So my boss called me that morning, and he said, hey Matt, let's go do lunch. We have to talk about some things. And I said, cool, because it's normal for bosses and their workers to go have lunch, talk about business. We did this quite a bit. So we met for lunch. And my boss started asking me all these questions because I was almost 30 years old. And he said, hey Matt, what do you plan on doing, with your life? What do you plan on doing? I said, what do you mean, what do I plan on doing? I'm doing it, man. And he said, well, you get paid pretty good. Do you have much money in the bank? No. He said, well, you take a lot of vacations and you have a lot of fun. But what are you really doing? He says, there's lots of girls around. He said, do you have a serious girlfriend? I said, no. Why would I want one? And he said, I really think you need to change things. You need to change your life a little bit. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? He said, you know what you need? You need goals. You need written goals. And I said, pardon me? What did you just say? And my boss said, you need written goals. And I said, wow. Because what did I just do the night before, the first time ever? I made some written goals and I did what? Put them in my pocket, didn't I? So I leaned across the table real close again and I said, what did you say? Just to hear it one more time. And he said, you should have written goals. So I stepped back, pushed my chair out from the table, reached in my pocket, pulled out my wallet, and my boss said, don't worry, Matt, I'll buy lunch again. And I pulled out a list out of my wallet. It stuck in there pretty good. I pulled it out, and there was 10 goals on a list. And I passed it across the table to my boss. And I said, oh yeah, you're buying lunch. And by the way, Dad, can I see your written goals? My name is Matt Booth, and right now, I am chasing my dream. I love to speak to people who also want to chase their dreams. If you have an event where you think I might be a good fit, I would love to talk to you. Thank you.